The internal environment within which managers work includes corporate culture, technology, organizational structure, and physical facilities. Of these, corporate culture is extremely important to competitive advantage. The internal culture must fit the needs of the external environment and company strategy. When this fit occurs, highly committed employees create a high-performance organization that's tough to beat. The internal environment includes elements within the organization's boundaries, such as employees, management, and corporate culture. The organization has an internal environment which includes the elements within the organization's boundary. The internal environment is composed of current employees, management, and especially corporate culture, which defines employee behavior. Most people don't think about culture. It's just how we do things around here, or the way things are around here. However, managers need to think about culture. Culture guides how people within an organization interact with one another and how the organization interacts with the external environment. Thus, the culture plays a significant role in organizational success. Culture is a set of key values, beliefs, understandings, and norms shared by members of an organization. And culture can be analyzed at two levels: the visible or observable culture and the invisible or non-observable culture. At the surface level are the visible artifacts, which includes things like manner of dress, patterns of behavior, physical symbols, organizational ceremonies, and office layouts. Visible artifacts are the things that we can see, hear, and observe by watching members of the organization. And then there's the deeper, less obvious levels where values and beliefs are not observable but can be discerned from how people explain and justify what they do. Members of the organization hold some values at the conscious level. These values can be interpreted from the stories, language, and symbols that the organization members use to represent them. Some values become so deeply embedded in culture that members are no longer consciously aware of them. These basic, underlying assumptions and beliefs are the essence of culture and subsequently guide behavior and decisions. An organization's fundamental values are demonstrated through symbols, stories, heroes, slogans, and ceremonies. Let's take a look. A symbol is an object, act, or event that conveys a meaning to others. A story is a narrative-based, true event and is repeated frequently and shared among organizational employees. A hero is a figure who exemplifies the deeds, characters, and attributes of a strong culture. A slogan, such as Disney's "The Happiest Place on Earth," succinctly expresses a key corporate value. Managers hold ceremonies, which are planned activities and special events to reinforce company values. In considering what cultural values are important for an organization, managers consider the external environment as well as the company's strategy and goals. Studies suggest that the right fit among culture, strategy, and the environment is associated with 4 categories or types of culture. Let's take a look. These 4 categories are based on 2 dimensions. First, the extent to which the external environment requires flexibility or stability, and second, the extent to which a company's strategic focus is internal or external. These 4 categories associated with these differences are adaptability, achievement, involvement, and consistency. The adaptability culture is characterized by values that support the company's ability to interpret and translate signals from the environment into new behavior responses. Managers encourage values that support the company's ability to rapidly detect, interpret, and translate signals from the environment into new behaviors. Employees have the autonomy to make decisions and to act freely to meet new needs, and the responsiveness to customers that's highly valued. Managers also actively create change by encouraging and rewarding creativity, experimentation, and risk-taking. The achievement culture is results-oriented and values competitiveness, aggressiveness, initiative, cost-cutting, and a willingness to work long and hard. An emphasis on winning and achieving specific, ambitious goals is the glue that holds the organization together. The involvement culture is a culture that places a high value on meeting the needs of employees and values cooperation and equality. The culture places a high value on meeting the needs of employees, and the organization may be characterized as caring or like having a family-like atmosphere. Managers emphasize values such as cooperation, consideration of both employees and customers, and avoiding status differences. And finally, the consistency culture values and rewards a methodical, rational, orderly way of doing things. The relative emphasis on various cultural values depends on the needs of the environment and the organization's focus. Managers are responsible for instilling cultural values the organization needs to be successful in its environment.